Another incident has surfaced on Dread Next Door, and this one is guaranteed to send chills down your spine. I still remember the day I moved into my new apartment like it was yesterday. The smell of fresh paint lingered in the air, and the sound of my footsteps echoed off the bare walls. As I began to unpack, I noticed that the apartment above mine seemed to be vacant. The real estate agent had mentioned that it was between tenants, but I didn't think much of it at the time. It wasn't until I started hearing strange noises that I became concerned. At first, it was just the creaks and groans of the old building, but soon I began to hear footsteps and whispers in the dead of night. I tried to brush it off as the wind or my imagination, but the sounds were too real, too human. I started to feel like someone was watching me, following my every move. I would wake up in the middle of the night, drenched in sweat, with the feeling of being suffocated. The air in my apartment seemed to thicken, and I could feel the weight of the silence. I tried to talk to my neighbors, but no one seemed to know anything about the noises or the vacant apartment above me. It was as if I was the only one who heard it, the only one who felt the presence. I began to feel isolated, alone in my fear. The days turned into weeks, and the noises continued. I started to notice that the sounds were coming from specific areas of my apartment. The whispers seemed to be emanating from the walls, and the footsteps were always near the door. I felt like I was being herded, pushed towards some unknown fate. I tried to stay calm, to rationalize the situation, but the fear was taking over. I started to experience strange visions, glimpses of a figure lurking in the shadows. I would see it out of the corner of my eye, but whenever I turned to look, there would be no one there. The visions were always accompanied by a smell, a pungent odor that seemed to cling to my skin. I knew I had to do something, to take back control of my life. I started to investigate, to dig into the history of the building and the vacant apartment above me. I spent hours poring over old records and talking to the other tenants. And then, one night, I stumbled upon a dark secret. A former tenant had died in the apartment above mine, a man who had been known for his erratic behavior and his fascination with the occult. The more I learned, the more I realized that I was not alone in the building. There was something else, something that had been awakened by the death of the former tenant. I knew I had to get out, to escape the clutches of the malevolent force that was driving me mad. But as I packed my bags, I heard the whispers one last time. "You'll never leave," it said. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales. Drop a comment below telling us your personal experience. Until next time, sleep tight.